Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I wanted to create a makeup look inspired by BRAT Summer. Is this a little bit late? Yes, but I don't know what to tell you. I'm just so Julia. I don't know what Charlie XCX put into that album, but I cannot stop listening to it. It's all I've had on for the last few weeks. I just can't stop bumping that. I pulled every single green product I have in my collection, but before we get into the makeup, I need to put on my skincare, and this portion of today's video is sponsored by Nabla. You may have seen me talk about them and use their products before, but if not, they're a super popular brand in Korea. They're most known for their Flight Attendant Mist, which is a super lovely product, but I'm such a huge fan of the White Truffle Double Serum and Cream. This is my current one that's on its last legs, okay? But I'm going to use my fresh jar just for aesthetics reasons. Nabla's main ingredient is white truffle, which is full of antioxidants and improves your skin's elasticity, and it also helps to smooth fine lines. This is such a cool product because it's actually a 2-in-1. So one side here is the serum and this side is the cream. And you can customize the best ratio for your skin type or the time of year. I have an acne prone oily combo skin type, and I typically use 2-part serum and 1-part cream. This is also non-comedogenic, it's vegan, irritation tested, so it makes it safe for sensitive skin. If you like a 50-50 ratio, they also have the dual formula in one tube, which is a fun option. Look at that truffle glow. You can shop this on Amazon right now for $28, which is the same as their Amazon Prime Day price. I wanted to thank Nabla for sponsoring this portion of today's video, but now I'm going to let this sink in a little bit and we'll get into the makeup. I want to start with my eyes today, just in case things go a little south. And I'm just putting on some eye primer right now. This is the Urban Decay one, going back to an OG. I'm using a lot of cream products, and I feel like this one has a better slip than my classic Fenty Beauty fave. I'm also going to just put a touch of concealer right underneath of my eye just to add some grip there. And I'm using my LYS Triple Fix in LN3. I'm putting this right up to my lower lashes here to grip onto the powder eyeshadows I'll be using, and then later on I won't have to like be as meticulous around my eyes when I add more concealer. And I'm not setting that with powder or anything, it's just there for emotional support right now. So I'm going to start with a lime green. My fear for this is that it's going to turn into a Shigo look, which I guess isn't that bad, but I want it to give more brat than Shigo. So that's my main goal today. So I'm going to start off with this little brush from Smith. This is a 233. It's a tiny blending brush, and I'm using my About Face Fluid Eye Paint in the shade Vertigo Flowers, which is a really nice lime green. And I'm going to first lay this down on my outer corner. This is where I want the most pigment, as well as in my inner corner. Why not? I'm going to take another fluffy brush from Smith. This is a bigger one. It's a 230, I think. It's rubbed off now. But I'm also going to throw this in my crease. I'm going to put it all over my lashes here too, leaving kind of this blank space in the middle. I'm also going to throw some on my lower lash line. And let's put this all the way across. This is just going to be our base color, and I'm planning on building this look from the ground up with a lot of layers of creams and powders just to create something really opaque, slightly grungy, and just overall kind of more intricate, I guess. I want to have fun. I just want to feel like I'm a painter and my eye is the canvas, okay? I also pulled this, one of my favorite products ever. This is the Nabla Cupid's Arrow in the shade Khaki. These are really fun. They're like multi-use pencils. You can use them as lip liners and such, and they have a great range of colors. Like they have almost everything now. They're just a little bit harder to get. I think you have to get them directly from Nabla, like the funner shades. And I'm going to smudge this on my outer corner and in the inner corner too. I'm going to take this glisten brush. I believe it's a number 3. It's more like a little flat brush. And I'm going to start blending and meshing that in with that previous lime green. I'm going to extend this to help the blend too. Those products aren't friends. It's slightly lifted, the About Face one, which is okay. I'm taking a touch more of that About Face one. I have it on this palette here, and I'm taking a little bit of like the drier product. So it's thickened up a bit, so it's not as fluid. And I'm just going to like tickle the edges of the liner just to kind of create a shade in between the two greens carefully. Adding another coat of Khaki. And instead of rubbing and swiping, I'm gonna try patting it. Although I'm adding like a few more layers of products there, I want that opacity. So now I'm going to throw in a black liner into my waterline. And I'm actually going to be using this one. This is the Makeup Forever Artist Pencil in Whatever Black. I'm using this one because it's a little bit more smudgy, and I'm hoping that it's going to be able to give me that grungy look, and it's not as intense and opaque as other liners. Like, it has like a thinner quality to it, and it blends just like a powder. So it has that smokiness and ease of use that I'm looking for right now. So I'm going to throw this right in there to begin with. And I'm going to take this right on the outer corner, really keeping it close to my lash line. And then I'm going to start blending this out. Of course, my eye is watery today, so it's going to cause us a little trouble, sadly. While this eye is having its little freak out, I'm going to do the demo on this eye instead. She's performing better. So now I'm taking that Nabla pencil and overlapping that on the black and the waterline just to kind of dull it out a little bit. And then I'm just going to kind of soften the edges as much as I can here with that same brush. I'm going to take the tiniest bit of this contour shade from the Makeup by Mario Neutrals palette. You can also use, oh, here I go. I'm gonna be stamping this green everywhere I go now. You can take a contour powder or whatever you want, and I'm putting it in the center, right here, to begin with, just to add a little bit more grungy hues, I guess. It's looking a little too Shigo. So now I have this little Glowish palette with these kind of grungy greens. This is the Moss Micro Mini palette. Actually, I fibbed a little bit. I'm using this green first from the Radioactive palette from Melt Cosmetics. And this is going to intensify on the inner and outer. Just adding some nice slip. Then I'll be putting that, using that same Refer 14 Mini. I'm taking a mixture of the two matte greens, and I'm going to put this a little bit more into the crease to begin. Now I'll be switching over to a different brush. I have this 02 Mini from Refer. It's kind of like a flat mini brush, and I'm starting with that darker shade from the palette. This is turning out really good on this side. Like, I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. And then I'm going to lay this to kind of soften it up. Sometimes creams can look a little ripply or something, like right down below here. You can see it just kind of looks a little uneven. So working a powder in to soften it usually masks that. And I'm wiping off my brush on a towel, taking the lighter green now, and just, what did I say earlier? Tickling the edges again? Yeah, and I'll be being a little bit more generous right under. And then I think I'll take the bright color from this palette here from Makeup by Mario to fill in the center, because if I use a shimmer, I feel like it's just going to look too glam-like. I think matte is the vibe, but I'm not going to leave this super placed like this. I'm taking that same Refer brush that kind of has a combination of everything now, and then I'm just going to go back and forth to kind of mesh it in. It just adds a little something. We need to add some of these faux piercings. These are from Half Magic Beauty. They're one of my favorite things ever. I once brought a little sheet like this out. Actually, I've done this a few times, like out to bars and stuff, and it's always a huge hit. People will come up to me and be like, are you the piercings girl? And then it's a cute little moment for everyone, okay? I love it. Just looking for my tweezers that I had just in front of me, and then no, they're gone. I'm taking 2 of the smaller sized ones, and I'm going to like pierce my eye in the inner and outer corner. I think this could look cool. And then I'm taking 2 medium-sized balls and putting them over here, kind of piercing the liner. I need to add 1 more layer of black eyeshadow right on the outer corner. It's looking like it needs it to me. Just like super tucked up right here. There, I like that. Hopefully this eye will cooperate right now, but I'll come back with my mascara on and then we can move on to the rest of the things I need to do.
You see how I do my makeup for work? Very demure, very mindful. I don't come to work with a green cut crease.
Seriously, it's the worst timing ever. Watch my next video be like my demure, sophisticated, mindful look. But in all seriousness, I feel really cool right now. But here are the eyes all done. Let's build the rest of this face. I can't wait to see it with brows and blush and lips on. I'm using my Clinique Even Better Makeup SPF 15 and 2 shades mixed. I have CN 52 Neutral and CN 28 Ivory. I need to wear these faux piercings way more. I just feel the absolute coolest right now. And I will be doing a little faux, what am I doing? And I will be doing a little faux eyebrow piercing. Look at these ones I found. They're spiky. I just feel like I'm creating a makeup look for alternate me and I'm living for it. We'll do a lip combo that's kind of like out of my comfort zone and all of that too. Cool, cool, love it. Little concealer. I don't need to add much, just right here, just to even that out. I just love what Brat Summer has done for the color green. Green has always been my favorite color, so it's nice to see it everywhere I look right now. I think like all of my recent videos have been green eye looks now that I'm thinking of it. Sorry. I think this one's my favorite though. This is so badass. Okay, I'm just going to use a little bit of setting powder. I'm using my Huda Beauty Pound Cake one. I thought Givenchy would be too pink and brightening, whereas Pound Cake is kind of like just my skin color without any brightening. And I like kind of graze the edge of the green just to help blend that even further. And I think the rest of the things are powder, so I'm going to be more generous with my radius with this. Okay, I'm feeling really ignited. This is making my little artist's heart go crazy. God, it's so fun to play with makeup. Thank you for giving me a platform that I can just do this for my work. You guys are the best, and I appreciate you all so much. I'm back on my Kaleidos Face Trio game. I'm using the shade Light, and I am going to apply this with a big brush. I just kind of want just general definition without it being so concentrated. This is the BK Beauty 103 brush. And I'm mixing the 2 shades in here, the contour and the bronzer, kind of a 50-50 mix. I don't know what happened to my routine with this brush and applying my bronzers and stuff with this, because I just like the way this looks a lot. Just soft, and you can't pinpoint where I applied it and stuff. I think it's just goated. I feel like this look does not call for a lot of blush, so I'm going to opt for this one. It's also from Kaleidos. It's the Mono Blush in Pearl Bliss. It's basically just brown. And it's going to slightly warm up my cheeks. It's a little bit of like a rosy brown, but I didn't want to distract or take away too much from the eye. I just wanted it to look like maybe it was just my bronzer. And I'm not doing a highlight today. I just really felt in a matte mood. Because this is kind of like a soft bronzy color, I'm going to bring it around the block, all around my face. Ooh, it's brow time. I'll be back for the piercing action, okay? But please enjoy the kitty intermission. Let's get pierced with no commitment. I love it. Now who misplaced, oh, never mind. Okay, I'm driving myself nuts today. I keep losing the things. I'll be using 2 of the silver spikes on the brow first. Let's see. I don't know if I like the spiky ones on the brow. I feel like these ones would have to like be placed on the eye or like who is that? I love it. Or like that. I don't think I'm gonna go with these today though. Would it be too much if I added 2 little round ones? I think that's just enough. Okay, cool. Now let's move on to lips. I have an idea. Let's see if it pans out. So I have this Half Magic Beauty dual-ended lip liner. One side is black and the other is like a taupey shade. It's the shade You're My Taupe I'll be going in with. I'm going to take a fine line of that just for a little shadow, and then I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty lip liner in Rubbabandz 05. I've got the new MAC Bring Back colors. I have this one in Flesh Pot, which is such an iconic shade. And then this silvery shade called Bubbles. So I was like, maybe a little bit of Flesh Pot. In the center. Ouch! Oh my god, I tried to wipe my fingers, but I landed on the spikes. That hurt, and it was very surprising. I don't know if I care for the bubbles in the mix, but I was too curious. And I'm going to go over with a little bit of a gloss. This is Dior Rosewood Lip Oil. Oh my god, I love this look. I feel so cool. I feel so freaking cool. I think this is for real one of my top favorite looks I've ever done to date. I just love it so much. It's super doing something to me. I don't want to end today's video. I just want to keep showing off this look. But before I go, I wanted to say another big thank you to Nabla for sponsoring a portion of today's video. If you're interested in trying out this amazing cream, I'll have a link to it in the description box down below. So don't forget to check that out. I'll also link and list everything I used in today's video. So if you want to check that out, it'll be down there below as well. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!